Pull! You're watching Fuel the Fire TV. This week on Trophy Tales, we're going to show you how to take care of your game in the field for taxidermy. Stay tuned for our fish and fowl episode while I warm up this Benelli. Pull! Pull! Pull!
Life offers no guarantees, but the one thing that we've learned for sure is that the time we have is indeed precious. The more time we spend with family, with friends, and with nature can make the difference between living a good life and living a great one. Join us on our quest to be participants rather than observers, to learn from our mistakes, to share our successes and our failures as we spend all the time we have chasing our dreams, fueling our passion, and fueling our fire in the great outdoors.
Closed captioning for Fuel the Fire TV is brought to you by Island Sunrise Cottages.
Hey folks, we're with Domain Migrator. We're with Matt here just east of Ottawa. We brought up a couple of Islanders. Rob's here, he's on the camera today in his ghillie suit. We also have Stace and Cody because we want to make sure we're actually going to get a couple of birds. And we're hunting snow geese. And I've never heard geese come in like this for a number of years since I was back up north on the coast of James Bay. That was pretty awesome calling there. They came flying in.
We got some nice vortex coming down. It's a bluebird day, no wind, so it's a good start.
The dog's working good. He's picking up all of those ones that landed just a bit off camera. So hopefully we'll get another big flock come in like that. That was fun, eh, boys?
Yeah. Well, Matthew, you were explaining to me that the snow geese migration has changed quite a bit since the traditional flyway, and why is that?
Well, if you go back 30 years ago, the snows were only feeding on the St. Lawrence River, on the route. It's called, in French, it's Cirque d'Amérique. They're feeding in the mud, digging for roots, but they pretty much ate everything. So now that there's a overpopulation, they had no choice to feed on something else, so they've learned to go in the fields, and that spread the migration right up to Kingston, Ontario, Matane in Quebec, much larger because they have access to food wherever, places you would never see them before. Now they're there, so the hunt is better in the fields. But 20-25 years ago, you wouldn't think of using decoys in the field only along the St. Lawrence, so good opportunities for everybody to hunt the fields now.
So Matthew, my understanding is the blue goose is a real trophy.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, we only get maybe 5 a year.
Really?
And I hunt every day. There's only 1 in 1,000 in the greater snow geese. There's much more in the Saskatchewan flyway, the lesser. It's about 50%, but this is a big trophy this morning.
Wow.
We're pretty lucky we got that bird.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. It's a pretty looking bird for sure.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a fully mature one as well. So.
Yeah. So one of the boys will get that mounted, whoever's going to decide who shot it.
We're with Domain Migrator here, Matthew Goddard. We're just east of Ottawa. We had a fantastic morning hunting snow geese. They came in a big flock. Matt was able to call them in. We had a fantastic shoot right off the bat. Just big flocks of birds coming in. Our haw eaters here actually did their job and pulled the trigger. Good shots, guys. All right, when you do it, Rob? Rob was in the ghillie suit there and did his filming as well. So we were all part of this, the action out here in Ottawa.
Field of Fire TV is brought to you by North Meridian Enterprises.
Today we're here with Wayne from Wildlife Artistry. He's going to demonstrate how to bag up your waterfowl properly before you bring it to your taxidermist.
A lot of people, they don't realize what they need to do with their bird once they're out in the field. They grab the bird, they don't know how to handle it. You know, you want to grab it by the beak or grab it by its legs so you don't damage any feathers. And then once you get your bird, you want to wipe off any excess blood. The bird will get washed from your taxidermist, but it's just proper care in the field just for your trophy. You want to take the bird, and what you want to do is open up the bill and just stick in a little bit of Kleenex inside there. Grab a twig or anything that you could find and just push it in there. That keeps any blood or anything coming out of the mouth and getting on the feathers and keeping it from getting it dirty. Then just take the head of the bird and lay it in the back like this. And then just take it and put it in 3 Ziploc bags. What this does, it prevents freezer burn on your bird. So literally you just take the bird, put in your freezer bag, take out all the air, roll it up, and you want to repeat this process 3 times. So then this way, this will keep the freezer burn from getting into your bird and its skin. And that's all you need to do to properly preserve your bird in your freezer before you take it to your taxidermist.
That's a great tip, Wayne. Thanks.
You're welcome.
We were lucky enough last fall to tag along with a buddy of ours, Carl Reams. Carl's a very experienced goose hunter, makes his own calls, and man, they can make those calls sing. Stay tuned and watch this footage.
I think we got 40 geese on the ground right now. It's early season goose hunt, and you're allowed 10 each. So anyway, the guys are doing pretty good. Birds are piling in here. You notice we switched up our decoys a bit. The wind keeps changing on us. First thing this morning, it's moved to the northeast a little bit now, so stay tuned. Everybody might think my setup's a little bit funny here, but what I've done is just tuck myself in underneath this hay wagon. It's been sitting here for 3 weeks. These geese have been walking all around it, all through here, so you know what, it's good. It's just as good as sitting under a tree or whatever.
Man, that looked like a ton of fun. I wish I was there.
It was. The Sierra Waterfowl guys had those calls tuned in and piling up geese left and right.
You know, goose hunting is a ton of work. It takes a lot of gear to get those geese comfortable enough to try and land, and it definitely helps to have a dedicated team of hunters who are willing to help with the teardown and the setup. Manitoulin Island has a great goose hunting opportunity for any of us willing to put in that time.
Okay, here we go. Get him. All right, folks. In this waterfowl episode, we're gonna show you what you should be doing to take kids outdoors. We're on a deep sea fishing charter with Gulfstream Charters. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with our waterfowl episode. There it is in the water, right there. Oh my God! Keep fighting them, Darce. Keep fighting them.
This segment of Fuel the Fire TV is brought to you by Noble Lumber.
Hey folks, welcome to Fuel the Fire TV. I'm your host, Neil Dubosky. We're here on Manitoulin Island. It's September 13th. We're here with a good friend of ours. His name is Carl Reams. He's from Port Huron, Michigan, and he owns a company, which he's gonna talk to you about in a little bit, that actually manufactures some duck calls and some goose calls. He's here on the eve of our Heritage Day hunt in Ontario. And what that means for us is that we can take a youth hunter out into the field and they can harvest ducks prior to duck season for 1 day only. In that mentorship program, that youth has to have a hunter with them. They cannot have a gun with them, but they can harvest ducks ahead of time. It's a 1 day season, like I said, and Carl is here and he's going to help us and our staff here understand what's important about goose calling and duck calling. We've got a couple of young hunters that we're going to take out tomorrow. Their names are Justice and Jason. Welcome to the program.
Good, how's it going?
We're going to talk to Carl a little bit about what's important when we're hunting waterfowl.
First thing you need to know is camouflage. Okay, you got to remember you're going into their breakfast table tomorrow. So you got to camouflage is the #1 most important thing in my book. And then another thing is, if you don't have a shot at a group that's coming in, don't just jump up and shoot at them because they're there to shoot at them. You're going to smarten them up. Or if you get a big group come in and you can't get a bunch of them, just let them go by. They'll come back later in littler bunches or something like that. Okay, biggest thing is those camouflage, and if you can get a good shot, take that good shot. But if you get a marginal shot and you know you're going to miss, don't just shoot at them to smarten them up. Right.
So you've got a bunch of calls with you today, and these are the calls that you've actually made.
Oh, these are made out of aluminum. They're 100% aluminum except the guts and the reeds.
And your company name is?
CR Wildfowl.
CR Wildfowl. Okay.
Yeah.
And what happens with this?
They're loud. Aluminum carries sound quite a bit farther than anything else that I know.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, this is a goose call.
that sounds throaty.
That's me doing that. I'm
That's
growling.
you doing that?
I'm growling into the call.
You're growling.
Yes, because if you don't growl into it, it's clear and it's. It don't sound. You got to bring life to it. This is a musical instrument. Practice and practice and keep practicing. When you think you got it, keep practicing some more.
Now these guys have these calls, and this is it's like a ceramic call, or I'm not sure. It's just a plastic call. And if they're going to use this, can you tell them how this is going to work?
You're gonna have to blow in some growl into them. Okay, like how I just and say.
I worked up on the coast of James Bay, and I worked in a community called Saskatchewan, right? And lots of geese, like I mean thousands upon thousands. But we never had this. And so what they used to tell me to do up there is to say walk, right? That's how we started to do it. And we never did this. So they would always say, well, you start to say walk and you start to say wauk, right? And so you would have that notion of so that's how they did it up there, right?
Yes, it is.
The Cree guys up there.
Don't cover the end up totally with it, but don't just let it hang out, okay? All right, and then this one throws your sound back and forth, okay? So just start out with the basic. Both you guys use 2-it, okay? There you go, you're getting closer. Another thing is to try to blow down from deep in here. Don't puff your lips out if you can help it, or your cheeks out if you can help it. All right, good luck tomorrow, fellas. Good luck.
All right, so as you can see, we're getting set up for our Heritage Day hunt here on September the 14th. We're just getting our decoy spread set up. Like Carl said, we're gonna spread it in a U. So hopefully these ducks and geese will land into the wind, as they said, 99% of the time. If you can see them, take them. Good. Yeah. Just wait, going back. There's a goose coming in, guys. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Take him. Go find it. Well, there's your first goose. What do you think, Jess?
It's fun.
How many times did you shoot?
Twice.
2 shells. And you got 1 goose.
First one hit him.
And how many did you not shoot at? About 8? What do you think, they're a sharpshooter? How many did you get?
2 ducks.
2 ducks? I think you got 2 right there. And there's our champion caller. He learned a lot from Carl last night. Called 2 ducks in for his brother. Nice job, buddy. Heritage Day 2013.
Heritage Day is an awesome program that they've come out with. It's a great day to get youngsters out in the field for waterfowl, and it's great to get them to fuel their passion and fuel their fire.
This segment of Fuel the Fire TV is brought to you by Great Spirit Circle Trail.
Hey folks, welcome back to Fuel the Fire TV. We're in Tampa Bay. We went to Clearwater Beach in Florida. We're going on a fishing charter with Gulfstream Charters. We can't wait. Diane and the girls are with us. It's our first deep sea fishing adventure. Stay tuned and we'll be right back.
This is a Barracuda tube. It's been used. Got a few bites in it already. Hopefully we can catch a couple more.
Go. Keep going. Hard, baby. Yeah. There he is. They're strong, aren't they?
Oh, never mind. He's right there.
buddy.
Nice fish, brother. Good job.
All right,
man.
awesome.
That's the way to start.
Yes.
Red grouper right there.
There you go.
Oh!
That's good right there. Come on. What we call a practice fish. Want them a little bigger, but it's good practice. Can't catch the small ones, you'll never catch a big one.
We got a double header on here. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, that's good.
Oh my goodness.
That's good. That's good, sweetie. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep reeling that sucker in. Oh, he's good. I said, oh my goodness, I can. What'd you get, Darth? Oh, nice, Darcy. This one's a good one.
Look
Okay,
at that
we got
thing.
him.
Oh! So huge.
Look at that, folks. You have to try this if you haven't tried it yet. It is great. Fueling the passion and fueling the fire. Aspen just caught the biggest fish she's got in her life, maybe, eh? Pretty close. Hey, folks, that wraps up our day in Clearwater, Florida. We had an awesome day, did we not? High five and a high five. Thank you very much. Captain Tucker sure knows where the fish are. Remember, folks, you got to fuel your passion, fuel the fire, get off the couch, and get outdoors. We'll see you next week. Thanks, Captain.
My pleasure, anytime.
All right. Hey folks, as you know at Fuel the Fire TV, we always eat what we catch, we eat what we shoot, and this is the end of our day of hard work. Well, sort of hard work, thanks to Captain Tucker and First Mate Mike, who helped us catch this phenomenal feast that we're about to eat. So here we go, this is gonna be the first bite. I'm gonna try it out, probably get it all over my beard. Remember, to fuel your passion and fuel the fire, you gotta get outdoors. We're gonna have our dinner, and we'll see you next week. All right, this is called a gag grouper. It's probably, we've been here for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, and we've caught 6 or 7 fish already. This is out of season, so we gotta put this guy back. But give or take a pound, I'd say it's a good 7-pound fish, which is a great, great fish.